Welcome to TBN VIEW. I'm Sunita Goyal. Tonight, Bharat Relations, we bring you the truth beyond the news.
We often look back at the 20th century as a timeline of wars and treaties. But underneath the politics, these governments were running the largest and most consequential economic experiment in human history. At the center of this test were leaders like Mao Zedong. He and others looked at the existing financial system and diagnosed a parasite. They believed capitalism relied entirely on siphoning wealth from a finite, fixed pool. Joseph Stalin shared this premise. Their proposed solution was total, uncompromising state control. By taking over the machinery of production, they promised to guarantee system-wide equality. That was the theory. The actual field tests produced immediate, catastrophic results. Entire populations were pushed into forced labor for agricultural and industrial projects that quickly broke down. The defining features of these command economies became severe resource vacuums, long breadlines in the freezing cold, and widespread starvation. Curious, leaning in, the outcome revealed an engineering failure. Two of the most powerful states on Earth misunderstood the mechanics of how a civilization actually sustains itself. This diagram illustrates the primary bug in their operating code, the zero-sum fallacy. Command economies operate on the assumption that wealth is static. If one person gains a larger slice of the pie, they assume another person is losing theirs. But economic reality dictates otherwise. A functioning market engine creates new value. A successful enterprise expands total wealth, funding new technologies and opening jobs that previously did not exist. Operating under the zero-sum assumption, state leaders initiated violent purges against the bourgeoisie. They imprisoned or executed successful business owners, believing they were eliminating thieves. In doing so, they blinded themselves to what these individuals actually did every day. These people were highly skilled managers, orchestrating supply chains, logistics, and production lines. By destroying this specific class, the state executed its own operators, guaranteeing the first phase of systemic collapse. With the experienced operators gone, the state attempted to keep the factories running by substituting the traditional profit motive with mandated revolutionary zeal. This mandate ignored the biological and psychological realities of human labor. People work harder, solve problems faster, and endure long hours when their effort directly benefits themselves and their families. This chart maps out the problem, showing the incentive gap. As the capacity for personal benefit is reduced to zero by the state, there is a sharp, immediate collapse in human effort and innovation. An economic system cannot run on ideology alone. By outlawing personal earning, the central government drained the fuel required for human effort. The final fatal blow to the system was computational. Central planning required a few men in a remote room to calculate the daily needs of millions of people. A market economy handles this calculation using the price signal. This diagram represents a decentralized, real-time data network where every single purchase acts as a continuous voting system, directing production hubs on what to make. When this massive data network is disabled, the state is blind. A central committee is forced to guess the necessary production quotas, estimating how much grain to grow or how many shoes to manufacture. This data blindness caused cascading misallocations of resources. Farms grew the wrong crops, factories built parts that didn't fit, and supply chains broke down completely, resulting in systemic starvation and bare shelves. The empirical results of the 20th century experiment are clear. Total state control failed to produce the utopian equality it promised. Instead, the systems designed by Mao and Stalin achieved an equality in poverty. Destroying the top of the economic ladder simply engineered shared misery for those at the bottom. While capitalism has significant flaws, its structural advantage is that it correctly maps onto behavioral reality. It aligns public progress with personal interest. Capital is a mechanical tool to be managed, regulated, and leveraged, rather than an enemy to be hunted down. An economy is an organic engine driven by earned wealth and mutual benefit. When allowed to function, this system of aligned incentives recognizes that earned wealth is the engine that provides for the common people.
Hi everyone! Follow me on social media for more fun content. Don't forget to like and subscribe!